Hi guys. You are now live. There's no countdown or anything. Guess what today is? Today's album release day. My gift is here. Hi everybody. We're gonna give people a couple minutes to log on to get here. You know, waiting for the party to start for a minute. I was always the first person at the party. I was never good at. This is my party, so be weird if I was the last person here. I was always the first person at the party. Someone says a certain time. It's kind of what I expect. How you guys doing out there? Hi. I see all the hellos. Hi with lots of eyes. It's been a busy week. It's been a great week though. I feel like we've been working on my gift for a while. Not this gift. My gift, the album. I'm gonna make mom jokes. Don't mind me. I feel like we've been working on this for a while, and the day is finally here. And I know it might feel, it's never too early for Christmas, but it was interesting singing these songs, you know, in the spring and in the summer. So I feel like, oh, look at all those hearts. Look at all those hearts coming in. I feel special. Should I start? Should I begin? Have I allowed enough time? I did not wrap this, but this is really smart because these boxes are pre-wrapped. I'm gonna have to do this. Well, that does kind of take some of the fun away from like tearing the paper off, right? Isaiah might be disappointed if I just put everything in boxes. Plus, it's easy to sneak peek, isn't it? These are some questions that you guys submitted. There were a lot of questions that were kind of similar. So we picked like the top things that you guys were wondering. I'm not gonna do that thing where it's like everybody's been asking. I find when I watch videos of people, you guys have all been asking me about my perfume or something. I'm like, nobody's asked that. You guys did ask these questions, so we picked the most similar questions, and so we're gonna try to cover some ground. So let's do it, shall we? This one says, what was the classic you knew you had to have on this album? All the ones that are on my gift are there because they were ones I just had to have. And I definitely had like a longer list, when I first decided I wanted to make a Christmas album, I've been working on this. I've been wanting to do this for years, but when I knew this was going to happen last year, I just started making a running list, and it was long. So this was my narrowed down list and songs that kind of flowed together nicely. So all the classics that are on there are ones that I couldn't live without. Next question. What's the difference between singing country songs and singing Christmas songs? So I feel like when I write a song or, I get like a demo pitched to me that I know I want to sing, it's real easy for me to make it my own. It's easy for me to, decide what instrumentation needs to go on there. It's easy for me to find my voice in the song because nobody's ever heard it. These songs, the Christmas songs, it's such an interesting thing because when I would go into the studio, I'm like, I've literally been singing these songs my whole life, but I've never really sang them by myself. So I've been in a choir, or I've been singing them at church, or we've been caroling, or whatever it is. I've never really sang them by myself. So walking into a studio and realizing that, I was like, this is different. It's not what I expected. I figured it would be really easy because I've been singing them my whole life. But finding my own voice and artistic expression in these songs, it was a bit of a challenge, but one that I had to say, okay, just be you, and like don't think about it. So just go for it, and try some different things, and just figure out where you are in the songs. I rambled on that question. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to keep them a little shorter. How did the duet with John Legend come about? Good question. So basically, we were almost done with the album, and we get this song. The music industry is such an interesting thing. Everybody knows what everybody else is doing, and which is a good thing, especially in cases like this. They sent the song over, and it was beautiful, and I loved how the song was, a Christmas song. It had some faith in it, singing about angels and choirs, and singing about the fire and the snow and things like that, and it had this love element. So it was like this all-encompassing Christmas song, and I was like, this is absolutely beautiful. And so I asked him, will you sing it? You want to sing on it with me? And he said yes. So we figured it out. And in this interesting time of finding new ways to do stuff, we figured out how to distance duet. What's your favorite holiday tradition? Is food a tradition? Can I count it as one? Christmas food. I got some hearts on that one. Yeah, I mean, our traditions, honestly, we travel so much just to be with family, because we don't have, none of our parents, our kids' grandparents, they don't live here, so we are traveling a lot for Christmas. So it's kind of hard to lock in our own traditions. We said a couple years ago, and it was mainly because I was pregnant 2 years ago with Jake, and I couldn't travel, and so we had Christmas at home, and it was like, we should make this a priority to have our own time. It's so easy because we love our family and want so much to be with them around the holidays, but just make sure we're carve some time out for our own little unit. So I feel like that was something that we realized we needed, and just to have a couple days, Christmas Eve and Christmas, just us is nice. What up, Karis? I see you. My friend Karis, who does incredible work in Haiti, working with kids at Danita's Children. Hi, I love you. Tell the kids I said hello. When did you know your voice was a gift? I love this question because I kind of also get to address the title, My Gift. I definitely don't want anybody to think like this album is my gift to all of you, because that's not why I named it that. I named it My Gift because getting to sing is my gift. That is the thing that I love to do so much on this planet, and I feel like God, gifted me with just the love of music, and the fact that I get to do that, on a stage, and I get to record albums and stuff like that. That's just a bonus. I would be singing anywhere, and ask anybody that I know. I am, walking around my house or whatever I'm doing. I feel like I'm always singing, and that is a gift that I have and that I get to do. What was the question? So I knew I had that gift, as a child, because I was just always singing. So I feel like, whether I recognized it as this is something that, is a love and a passion that was given to me, maybe I realized that when I was older, but I always knew that's what I loved to do, and that's what made me happy. What was your favorite Christmas carol to sing as a child? You name it. I was just happy to sing. As a kid, we would go on Christmas Eve, and the kids in my family would wrap up apples and oranges and bananas in paper bags, and we'd get our folders, and we'd go to the local nursing home and sing Christmas carols, to people that maybe needed some Christmas cheer, or maybe didn't have somebody to visit. We'd just walk up and down the halls, and I didn't realize the importance of that. As a kid, I was like, I get to I get to go do what I love, and sing really loud. And so we sang everything, and even now I love that, you can get some music streaming service and just put on like Christmas mixes, and there's like traditional stuff and there's new stuff and everything in between, different versions of the same song. I love that, now you can just go to those things and just play me something Christmas, and you get just a whole lot of different versions of things. So I just love Christmas music. What's the most meaningful song to you on the album? I would say Little Drummer Boy, for so many reasons. That's also kind of where, my gift, the title of the album, came from, because of the little boy who wanted to give a gift to Jesus and didn't have shiny, expensive things. So he brought his talents, and I feel like that's what is wanted of us in the end anyway. And anybody who knows this, any parent out there, if your kid makes you something and brings it to you and they're so proud of it and they're like, I made this for you, I did the best job that I could do, you're like, this means more to me than anything that you could buy anywhere, find anywhere, because it's using your talents to show someone that you love them. And I feel like that's what's wanted of us, in the end. Not our expensive, fancy things, but to use our passions and our talents and the things that we're good at, to just make things better, to bring some joy into the world, to glorify God, to make the world a better place. So that one, Little Drummer Boy. And obviously I got to sing with my son, Isaiah. He's such a special kid, and he loves music too. So getting to share that with him was very meaningful. Is there anyone featured on the album? We've already talked about John Legend, and we've talked about my son, Isaiah. It's two very different features, but so much heart in both of them, and I think they're both in great company with each other. What is Mike's favorite song on the album? He loves Mary Did You Know. That's one of his all-time favorite Christmas songs. I think it is his all-time favorite Christmas song. So he was excited when I said I was going to do that one. And when it all came together, I let him hear it. And I think he liked it. I think he did. I'll have to ask him just to make sure I'm not putting words in his mouth. What was the most memorable moment during your recording process? Don't want to brag on my son some more, but definitely getting to sing with him was super memorable. So that morning, I had asked him, do you want to do this with me? Yes. Oh my gosh, he wanted to. So excited. We kind of worked on it. You can't, make him practice too much, because if it becomes work, he's not going to want to do it. But we would listen to it and practice a little bit. And that morning he came down in like jeans and a button-up shirt. He does not ever like to dress up, ever. Wearing jeans is like, it's a terrible day for him if he has to wear jeans. And he came down dressed like that, and he was wearing like this fedora and some nice shoes. I'm not going to say all of it matched, but it was like, clearly there was something going on, and I was like, wow, buddy, you look at you. Why you're wearing jeans? You're wearing a shirt that has buttons. And he said, today I'm going to go sing for Jesus, so I want to look nice. So I thought that was really sweet, and something that, he had put a lot of thought into that outfit. So I was like, all right, I think he would like that. And that whole day was just super memorable, getting to go in there, putting little headphones on his little face, and you know, I thought he might be shy, and I was like, I don't even know if he's gonna do it or not, because he's a pretty outgoing kid, but you know, we all get self-conscious, even a 5-year-old. And he did such a great job. And getting to listen to that song back was another like memorable moment tied to that time in the studio, because like I was just laughing and crying at the same time at his sweet little voice. Pa-wum pum pum pum. Are there any special Christmas traditions you've started with your children? We do the, you know, go get the tree, pick out the tree, bring it in, and set it up, and I get them their own little Christmas tree. And to be honest, so I'm kind of type A, and I you know, I decorate the tree, and everything looks nice, and it matches, and then my son Isaiah will bring, you know, the brightly colored like dinosaur ornament with the little hat, the Santa hat on top, and that's what he wants to put on the tree, but it hurts me. It's a little like, and I would try to like be like, just ignore it, Carrie. You know, this is their contribution. It's great. I just can't. So I got them their own tree, and they can decorate it however they want. So I hope that doesn't make me seem like a mean, like neurotic parent. Because my house is, I mean, it's pretty clean, but I mean, we do have like stuff everywhere, toys and whatnot. So, you know, but just that, it's like, yeah. So they decorate their own tree. We do stockings, of course, and you know, I make a big Christmas feast. Yeah. We need to work on that. We need to get some more like solidified things, I think. Kind of answered that one. This is why did you title it My Gift? Just bringing the talents to giving it back to the Lord. I think I answered that one already. I hope I'm not just glossing over anything. How did you pick what songs to put on your first Christmas album? It was hard. There was just this long running list throughout the whole process, and you know, trying to narrow it down was hard, but then they all kind of had to flow together, and if it's like, well, these two kind of cover the same ground, or they kind of sound similar, then I would have to pick my favorite one. So it was a tough decision, but the great thing about Christmas albums is I feel like you can always add to them, or you know, have a volume 2 or something like that. So you know, they're the kind of album that can just keep growing and evolving, and yeah, so I wasn't too sad when I was like, oh no, you know, this one's not going to go on there, even though it would be a tough decision. It's like I can always do it later. How excited was Isaiah to sing with you, and how was it having him in the studio? I feel like I kind of already answered that one too, in my ramblings. It was just great. He's so proud of himself, and getting to listen back to it with him. I listened first by myself because I just couldn't wait to get home, but then I took it home to him, and he was just so excited. And I think now he's excited. I told him today, you know, it's out today, and I think he's excited to tell his friends about it. I don't know if he knows like how unique that is. Maybe he just thinks everyone does it, but you know, it's pretty cool. Why did you decide now to make this album? Well, it's something I've always wanted to do, and in my world, I feel like there's always a million moving parts, and you know, you're making an album, you're going on tour. It's been on my musical bucket list for a really long time, but I now just seemed right. At the end of the tour last year, I knew I wanted to do this project in 2020. It's like that the tour's over, let's put all our energies right here, and then COVID happened, and fortunately we kind of already started working on it. So that's really the only reason we got to finish it, is because we already had a lot of it rocking. So yeah, and now knowing what we know now, I feel like it's just a great year for it. What is album release day like in the new COVID-19 era? Normally album release, I'd be like in New York or LA or somewhere doing some shows and performing these songs live and doing stuff like that. And I'm in Nashville, no travel. There's just like a couple of us here working, and it's different. I love being at home. So I'm not complaining about that at all, but it's just different, finding new ways to do things, which we're all in the same boat, finding ways to keep doing what we need to do and what we want to do. We just, more than anything, I think, just didn't want to let 2020 stop us. So yeah, it's just different, but I'm glad I get to talk to you guys. How long have you been working on it? I feel like the plans were, probably like last summer, like just knowing this was definitely what we were going to do. And then once the Cry Pretty tour was over, it was like, okay, let's start like really concentrating efforts and figuring it out. So musically, we started like really actually doing things the beginning of this year, right after the holiday dust settled, and started recording, I don't know, April, May, somewhere around there. Yeah, so it's been worked on for a while. I love this question. Let There Be Peace gives me George Michael vibes. Is that what you were going for? The second I get it. I hadn't thought of that before. So none of that was intentional. And you guys that know me know I love George Michael. I just grew up, I just always loved his voice, and obviously we incorporated Freedom in our tour last year, and kind of had a moment for that, which was really cool. But that's the power of music. It can be like ingrained in you, and you don't even realize when it's coming out. So now that has been brought to my attention, I totally get it. I get where you're coming from. So I guess it wasn't intentional, but I see the correlation. Good ears. What is the most challenging song to do? Oh Holy Night is a bit of a butt kicker. Especially, I push myself, and will say, no, let's do it in this key. Give me that time, sing it up here, and then I get in the studio and I'm like, oh, whew, look at that. It's a hard note. And the word Noel, to sing that high, I felt like it's a tough vowel to sing real high. So that one's one of the most challenging vocally. What is the best Christmas gift you ever received? I got engaged to my now husband right before Christmas, so like a few days before Christmas, and so that was a pretty good gift. It's all right. So yeah, I don't know if it technically counts as a Christmas gift, but I'll count it. I'll allow it. That's good. What is your favorite song from the album and why? Make me pick a favorite baby. Little Drummer Boy is definitely a favorite, and that one was one that was like a sleeper favorite. It rose to the top. I love the way "O Come All Ye Faithful" ended up. That one was another one that I'm like, I've always liked this song, but I love this song now. And "Oh Holy Night's" just a kind of a favorite classic. It's always been one of my personal favorites. What was the first new song that really gave you chills? Sweet Baby Jesus was one that the day we wrote it, I wrote that with Brett James, who was a writer on Jesus Take the Wheel. and David Garcia, who was my co-producer on Cry Pretty album, and I've written with him for some things. But when we were going to write that day, Brett sent us the lyrics like an hour or so before we were going to Zoom, right? And we, looking at the lyrics, I was like, oh my gosh, like that gave me chills. And then we got on Zoom and we were talking about it, and I said, he kind of played it for us, what he had in his head. And I said, are you sure you want to write this with us? Because I feel like you've done such a great, you've made some great art on your own. So do you want to share this with us? Because he had written a lot of it, and the words were just so beautiful. And he was like, no, it's exactly what I want to do. So we just spent the rest of the day trying not to mess it up, to be honest. But I love that song. What inspired your song selections? My heart. I wanted to sing songs that I just love, and I love the message behind. And then, you definitely want to make sure things flow together. So you want a mix of things that are maybe a little more fun or a little lighter, and wanted to cover some ground and, have the base of it be, Christmas songs. But then when you have like Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, it's like I've always loved this one. So it's just really whatever I wanted to do. Or no, there are no rules when you're making a Christmas album. You just kind of do whatever you're feeling. I kind of already answered that one. What do you hope people feel while listening to my gift? I hope it definitely, I've been saying all along, we just want to provide the soundtrack or part of your soundtrack to a time of hope. That's what Christmas is. It's about Jesus. It's about love. It's about hope. It's about joy. It's about family. Just all the good things in the world. And we could all use some of that. So that's all I want is to be a part of your time of hope and joy and love. What is your... Oh, yeah, I answered that one already. What was the inspiration for Let There Be Peace? That's a good one. We really just wanted to kind of sing about our hope for the world. When we started writing it again, Brett James and David Garcia, Brett had the starting point on this one too. And he's very good at that kind of like soulful choir, vibe. And he came in with that thought, and it was like, what are our hopes for the world? Peace, love, and joy. Yeah. What was the first song you chose to record and why? Oh Holy Night being one that's always like been one of my absolute favorite Christmas songs and favorite songs to sing. I knew that one was going to go on the record. So that might have been like the first piece of the puzzle. Because I knew it couldn't be a Christmas record without that song. What was the creative process like? Well, this year was hard. I'm not gonna lie. Normally, making an album, it's like you go in, you start writing, you write with your... I'll write with lots of different people. People I know, people I don't. This year we were writing like this. and on Zoom, and it's like we're all in the same city, but we're dealing with delays and things not working the way they're supposed to, and trying to like make demos, but I was singing things on my voice memos on my phone and sending them to David, and he was making some magic at his house, putting it all together and making these ragtag demos. But it was the physical challenges, the technological challenges were just, I feel like it made us all better in the end, to be honest. This is not a preferred method of making an album or writing, but it was like, how can we still be creative? How can we still do what we love? and use our gifts and do our things, and still like just deal with it, figure it out. And even though there were challenges, that's exactly what we did. Figured it out. This is the last song. Or last song. The last question. What is your favorite lyric from Sweet Baby Jesus? Whew. I mean, I love the pre-chorus. Fully human, fully God, full of wonder in the blood that one day you would shed to save the world. And then when you think about it as a parent, the tiny feet and tiny hands with all the world at their command, that was like, wow. You know, I have a baby, and at that point, earlier in the year, I mean, he was, you know, we were a year old, and to think, like I couldn't even imagine. But there were just a lot of like mom relatable moments in that song, I think. And then when you do think about Mary, you know, just a mother holding her first child, she was probably like I was holding my first baby, Isaiah, thinking, what do I do? But yeah, I do love that song, and I think it is, you know, the grandness of pause due to, it said pause due to poor connection. Well, guys, thank you so much for your questions. I hope you enjoyed story time, my gift story time, as much as I did, and I'm really proud of this album, and very happy that I got to make it this year, amidst all the challenges, and you know, it was a bright spot for me to get to go to the studio and record and just get to make this music. So thank you all for the love and the support on day one, and I can't wait to actually perform these at some point for you guys, where I can see you and touch you and look into your sweet faces. So Merry Christmas, everyone, and have a great day, and thank you again for tuning in to our My Gift Party. Have a great Friday. Yeah, it's Friday. Have a great Friday.